1992, in November 29th of 1992, I was an assistant basketball coach at Miami of Ohio in Southern Ohio. And at that time, we had a 6-month-old daughter, Claire, and we had our oldest, Meredith, who was 4 years and 1 day old. And I checked in with her before I went to practice. I actually wrote out a grocery list, and I went to practice. And about 2 hours later at practice, I see a security guard come up from the south entrance up to the court, to the side of the court, and I'm like, "Sir, I can't help you. We're in the middle of this practice, And he asked, he said, "Are you Randy Brown?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "You need to come with me." And I'm like, "Oh, come on. How about after practice? Like, this is the most important thing in the world I got going on, right, is coaching this team. "No, you need to come with me." And I did. I got in the car and he wouldn't tell me what was going on. And I got a little ticked off. He goes up the hill and he takes a right, and I knew exactly where we were going. And in the emergency room, on that bed, was Meredith Renee Brown, who had already passed. And I never got a chance to tell her some things that I really wanted to tell her. And in that moment, you don't prepare those things, you're there. And I wasn't able to communicate with her. And she left us. And my wife was there, of course, and a lot of those things I don't remember. And in the aftermath of that, when you go through your funerals and you go through your ceremonies, you get with your family and you kind of rehash things. You really, two things happened with me. Number one, I was so angry at God, I just threw him to the side. I was so mad. I was so angry. And you hear it a lot. If we have such a great God, how could he allow this, right? And I was that way for a long time. It took me a long time to work through that. And then I got to the point when Pastor David Staff at my church said, "I want you to understand one thing. We are not meant to understand why." And why is the thing we always want to know. Why? Why? And he said, you're not built to understand why. At some point you will. That really helped me, and I was able to get over that obstacle. The other thing I did was this, and this is really the point I try to drive home in this book, in Rebounding Forward, is when you get your butt knocked down to the mat in whatever it is in this life, whether it's something you caused or whether it's something that the world caused, like that beautiful child of ours just within an hour passing away with no forewarning, then you have a choice of how you're going to deal with that. Most of my choices in response to really difficult things in my 59-year-old life were of the run variety. I didn't do any therapy following the death of Meredith. Here's what I did. Here's my choice. Here's the choice I made. I worked more. And I drank more. And I looked for anything that would give me relief, would be soothing, would allow me to escape, because I didn't want to think about it. I'd never done therapy, but I want to know part of it because I knew it hurt like hell. It's just what I knew about it, and I didn't want that. And today, as we speak, I meet with a therapist, and do you know what I'm working on right now? What I should have worked on in 1992. And that's the death of my 2 children.